hard to find the motivation this morning. Always sucks to, wake up early and go do cardio, especially when it's, a cold day. You're tired. You'd rather just lay in bed and get that extra half hour of sleep, which is definitely where I was this morning. But, the workouts ain't going to do themselves. And if I don't get on it and stay motivated with it, everything I'm doing is just a waste of time. And honestly, it can all feel like a waste of time anyway sometimes. When I look at other people, see the progress other people have made, and it's like, man, will I ever be able to accomplish that? Which is something that I've often talked about, which can be summed up in the sense of aspiration can be killing your motivation. Meaning, it's cool to want big goals. It's cool to have big desires and big dreams. But if you set your sights really high, right, it's gonna be discouraging on the way there. It's gonna feel like you're never gonna get to where you want to be. So I think what a lot of people do is they think, oh, I want to get in shape. Well, their idea of being in shape is all these people that they see on social media. And so if that's the end goal, even if that person loses 10 pounds, gets a little more toned up, they're going to feel like they're not what they set out to be. So by all standards, maybe they did get in shape, but they're not going to be happy. And maybe they set a certain goal of, I want to bench this much, or I want to do this, or I want to lose X amount of pounds. They might make a little progress, but then it just feels like there's too far to go. And we can end up quitting sometimes. And we forget that the small little steps is the key to the progress, right? So, if you're trying to save money or something like that, right? You may want X amount of dollars in your bank account. And so it seems like, man, I have a long, long way to go. So if I skip out on my coffee, or I skip out on eating out, or if I, skip out on buying myself a little treat, it's not going to make that much of a difference. But over time, those little differences do add up. But I think the tendency for people, especially, regarding fitness and stuff, is to feel like it just takes too long. We want instant gratification. So we may be making small progress, but because we're not seeing ourselves as where we want to be, I think a lot of times that's why we give up. And so, like this morning, right? It's a battle for me even. I'm like, man, I could skip cardio. Getting up and doing cardio isn't going to be really anything. It's a tiny drop in the bucket. So what's it going to hurt if I skip it? Well, everything. Because if I develop that mindset and I get myself in this habit of only doing what's convenient, then I'm going to be average at best, and most likely well below average. I'll never hit my potential, and I just, I won't know what I'm capable of. And so if I'm not going to go in 100%, I might as well not try at all. So that's my little thought for the day. That's what's going to kind of get me started today and get me going. And I guess that's my encouragement to anybody watching is, you know, aim high, set huge goals, have big ambitions, but don't be discouraged and give up when you don't get there immediately. Take the small steps. Take the drops in the bucket, because they are drops in a bucket. But over time, that bucket's going to fill up. And yeah, just stay motivated. Don't let the stuff kill your motivation. And don't listen to the negativity. If you're doing something that you know you should do or you want to do, stick it out. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise. You're bettering yourself, and ultimately, that's the end goal, is to be better than you were yesterday. So I'm going to ride for about 10 more minutes. Go down, we'll get some oatmeal. Hammer probably, I think 5 eggs is what I have set for breakfast. So some oatmeal, some blueberries, 5 eggs. We'll drink some coffee, go to work, come home. We'll see if we can crush some chest today. I'm feeling incline bench today. Feeling like we'll push it a little heavier weight. Not sure we'll hit 315 on it, but if I'm feeling good, if the shoulder feels good, that's definitely the goal. We're here in the dungeon. It's chest day. It's gym o'clock, and I've loosened up a little bit, done a little bit of warm up. I'm gonna start trying to throw around a little bit of weight. So, per the usual, I'll just tell you guys what we're gonna be doing today. Gonna do, obviously, incline bench press. I'm gonna do paused bench press, flat bench. Then I'm gonna do chest flies. Now I'm trying to decide, I might do like incline with the bench. I was originally gonna do just standing, but we'll see when we get to that. And then for triceps, we're gonna do close grip bench and some tricep extensions on the cable machine. So as far as putting together my workouts go, when I first started working out, I had a trainer for a little bit who would just throw together some workouts for me. But since then, I've just kind of always gone by whatever the heck I feel like doing. And that's what we're doing. And you'll know, if you do flat bench all the time, you'll feel like you're neglecting, incline and stuff like that. So it's all just kind of whatever the F I feel like doing. And this is what I felt like doing today. So we got 225 on the bar. This will be just kind of our first set. See how we feel. Not feeling great. It's weird, man. So I'm feeling this shoulder, but I'm kind of feeling it down up in here. It's not horrible. I don't know if it's gonna hold me back too much, but it just feels a little bit off. You know what I mean? But nothing crazy. And I'm not worried that like I wouldn't work through a serious injury. This doesn't feel like that. This is just kind of like an overuse. Like I know what it's from. It's not like a lifting injury or anything like that. So I want to be careful of certain motions, certainly. But this, I'm feeling it a little bit, but not horrible. Let's load up. F it. Let's try 275. See how we feel there. We're certainly not my prettiest reps ever. I could definitely tell on one, I flared my shoulder or my elbow out a little bit. And I know that because my freaking elbow hit this. But, whatever. That feels weak, man. That feels weak. Let's, I'm gonna drop back down 225. Do more reps than that. Definitely got to get more than that. Whew. All right, that felt better. 8 reps. That felt a heck of a lot better. We got 315 now. Felt good with that last set. 225 for 8, felt pretty good. This wobbly ass bench, man, this is gonna need replaced eventually. I'm not entirely sure how much I trust this thing. We got 315 on there. We better hope I get it. These are, these will probably save me, but I don't like putting my, well-being in their hands too often. But gotta find the hype song first. All right, might be ugly, and I really shouldn't try and do these, maxes and stuff all that often, but since I'm feeling good today, I really want to try this. Oh. A lot of guys have a problem where they'll almost get to the top and that's where they stall out. I've noticed if I can get past like the 90 degrees, I'm golden. So I failed that, but I'm actually feeling pretty good about that. That'll go down. I want to say by year's end, that'll be done. Just catch me on a different day or something. I feel like that one's in the bag. I think earlier I said we were going to come over and do the close grip bench. Not sure. Maybe I did say the pause, but either way, it's time for the pause bench. Now in the incline press, and this is, one of those controversial exercises. Some people swear by going down to the chest. Some people don't. I'm obviously in the camp that does not. Now with dumbbells, I would come a lot lower just because the angles allow that more. Now with barbell, it never feels right. Having said that, on bench press, you will never see me not touch my chest. And if I were to, say, go for a PR, and even if I was a 1/4 inch from touching, I'm not counting that, even if I get the rep. I'm going to touch. So we're going to do these nice and controlled, nice pause at the bottom. Just work on that explosiveness from the bottom of the press. I barely got that lockout on that last rep. That felt good. Really good. Not as many reps as I would like. Normally I like to be in definitely the 10-ish range on that. But we will take it. I'm going to do 2 more sets of these. So for this and the chest flies, we've got just 3 sets each. That'll give us a total of essentially 9 working sets. Incline flies. Did decide to go and do the incline instead of just the standing flies. I love finishing with some sort of, cable crossover or cable flies, something like that. I love that, the constant tension that I feel from the cables. I just really like it. I feel like you can be more controlled. You don't have to worry about controlling the weight so much. It's just really squeezing the chest. But for not a super long, not a lot of sets, I'm feeling a really good chest pump right now. And this is just going to accentuate that and really just be a really good chest finisher before we hit some triceps. So I like to do these slower and definitely hold them for a little bit of a contraction at the top. Just hold my palms up there together for a little bit before releasing them back down pretty slow. and explosive on the way up. I could not get that last extension on that last one. So it was my second set. I'm going to drop the weight just a smidge to make sure that I can get the same squeeze, but really get a good extension on the arm. So I'm not trying to cheat and kind of push in like this. I want to keep the arms straight as I come to the middle there. So I'd rather do a little bit lighter weight, because with these you can push yourself, do as many reps as possible anyway. So I'd rather get more reps with less weight on these and make sure I'm getting that squeeze. That's the important part for that. So I'm going to drop just a tiny bit of weight. We'll do our last set. Chest is feeling thoroughly thrashed, which is crazy, man. I used to do 16 to 20 sets per muscle group, and I don't think, for me, that was super effective. So I'm interested to see how this 12 to 15 or so is going to work out. Hopefully quicker recovery times. And yeah, when I feel a pump like that, and I'm not going to show you guys because, I need to lose 20 to 30 pounds before I'm going to be taking off my shirt and showing you guys pumps. But when I feel a pump like that, when you've lifted for a little bit, even if it's pretty casually, you kind of know when you're done. And that wasn't super crazy chest workout, but I'm feeling really good with that, especially since I'm like cutting. I'm not really trying to gain a huge amount of muscle. So doing the cardio and stuff, a couple months of this, I think I'm going to notice a lot of improvement. For these tricep extensions, something I like to do, much like I did with the crossbody extensions, so I like to use these little ankle straps. And you can control these a lot better. Just throw your hands through here like this, and then your grip isn't even in the equation at all as any sort of a limiting factor. Also, because this spreads apart, gives you a little bit of that separation when you get down low to make sure you can clear your waist and get a full extension. So just something I like to do. Don't know if it's super effective, but I do find that I can focus more on my triceps and not my grip. So important thing when doing those, okay, is a lot of guys, okay, and when you get to the end and you're trying to grind out the last couple reps, it's whatever, it's bound to happen a smidge, but you don't want a weight that's so heavy that a lot of guys, you'll see they're leaning into it and they're pushing their triceps like this, but they're doing their shoulders too, okay? So you want to be really controlled with that and bring them down. Maybe a little bit of lean, but you don't want to be like rocking into it to try and get that extension. If you're doing that, lower the weight, do the proper form. I guarantee you in a gym, the people who lift, they're going to appreciate good form a heck of a lot more than, oh, look how much weight that guy's doing. He's doing ass reps, but at least he's got the weight. No, lower the weight, half the weight, doesn't matter. Do a reasonable weight in order to do the reps correctly. And the main benefit, you're gonna grow, you're gonna like progress faster. And if you're trying to get respect, the people whose respect you actually want, they'll give it to you because you're doing it correctly. triceps are getting smoked. So I did one set of these close grip bench at 225, and it was not feeling great in my shoulder. So I did 6 reps. I could power through it, but I don't want to take any shortcuts here, okay? So I'd rather do lower weight, work on the form, and control injuries and let them heal than trying to take shortcuts. Because just because I could power through it, make myself feel good and push more weight, and, you know, it's like part of me is like, oh, you know, that'd be, you know, for the video, whatever. But no, that's bullcrap. That's stupid. That's the part of me. It's part of all of us. We shouldn't really be worried about the weight. Okay. And that's what I just said over there on the tricep extensions is do a reasonable weight, use the right form, and that's how you'll progress. So this is only 135. We're going to just do 2 sets of these. We're going to be done. Lightweight, but 15 reps to burn out the tries. We're gonna do one more set of those and we'll break this down, talk about tomorrow's workout. All right, guys, workout's done. So I'm gonna cool down the way that I normally do. I'm gonna shoot just a little bit of pool here, catch my breath. I suck, but y'all are welcome to stick around and watch and critique me if you want. But yeah, back to what I said earlier about lifting weight that is manageable. Instead of trying to lift weight that is going to try and impress people, because the gym is a lot like life, okay? There's no shortcuts. And if you try, it may look like you're doing something, but you're not really earning it. And when people find out that you took shortcuts and stuff, you kind of lose the credibility, okay? Also, people aren't impressed when you try and take the easy way out. So, in the gym, if you're trying to show off and you're trying to move all this weight, and the people that you're trying to impress, they know that you're not doing it correctly. They know that your form is garbage. They're not going to be impressed. So if you're going to try and impress people who don't have anything, or don't know really how to lift, sure, that might be easy, but where's the pride in that, right? So if you are a complete jerk, you could go and wave $100 in a homeless person's face, or, you know, someone who's super down on their luck and lost everything, go around, wave $100, a couple $1,000, whatever. By a lot of standards, that's nothing, okay? But is that really going to make you feel like you earned something or did something? Now, the people who have ass loads of money and have earned it, of course they're not going to be impressed by that because they know the worth. So I guess that's kind of what I'm getting at, is the people whose like input and the people whose approval you want, they're going to know your worth. And they're going to know it by what they're seeing you do. So don't cheat yourself to try and impress people. Because generally, and this is a life lesson now, it doesn't work. Okay? And I'm learning that even for myself in life and the gym. Because here, I'd love to throw down 315. For me, that's an accomplishment. It's not 405, sure. And it's not like I'm repping 315, but it's an accomplishment. Now, am I going to hurt myself? Am I going to arch my back? Am I going to be all wobbly to try and do it? Am I going to do it through injury? Of course not. Because everybody who knows is going to look at it and they're going to know that it was a bad rep. So, moral of the story, take your time, do things the right way, have a little bit of pride in the work that you're doing. The results will follow. The appreciation from others will come. And when it does, when it comes from your hard work, instead of through shortcuts and seeking approval, it'll be so much sweeter. I made 10 in a row. I'd say that's pretty decent considering I'm talking and breathing like an absolute dinosaur dragon over here. I'm going to wrap this up. I'm tired. I've been awake since like 5 something. Had a long day. I'm feeling a good chest pump. Feeling a little bit of a good tricep pump right now. We're going to wrap it up. Get some more sleep. Same stuff tomorrow. Tomorrow's going to be back and biceps. And then Wednesday will be legs, which I'm really looking forward to. But for now, it's going to wrap it up. I get to go eat some freaking... Oh, I'm so hungry for some dinner. That's going to hit good. Lots of water and a good night of sleep. See you guys in the next video.